We have next up Sphericam. Jeffrey, come on up. Always pointed towards the walls where we got to do it, okay?
This one?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Martin. I'm founder of Sphericam. I'm a 360-degree imaging maniac. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've started a company in 2007 for publishing, sharing, and licensing of 360-degree photos. I've got a Guinness World Record for the world's largest panoramic photo, and I've been playing around with 360-degree video since 2008. On my team now, I've got two great engineers. One of them has been building cameras for 15 years in the industrial imaging space, including welding cameras, traffic inspection cameras, and industrial inspection. My other colleague, Papo, is involved in computational imaging, also in industrial inspection, fruit inspection, traffic inspection. If you've ever gotten a speeding ticket, it might be because of his software. I'm sorry about that. They've worked together for 15 years. They're a great team, and they are the guys who can build an amazing camera. In VR, VR headsets are going to grow as fast or faster than the iPhone. There are going to be tens of millions of these in 5 years. In 10 years, there could be one in everybody's home. But there is no way to make cinematic content right now for VR. You can do some terrible, disgusting hacks. You can put 10 GoPros together. It is a terrible experience, and there are very few people doing this because it's very, very difficult. The cameras are operating independently. It's just generally a bad idea. It's very expensive. It has a lot of problems that are just very, very difficult to solve. It's not portable. It's just it's not going to reach the mainstream this way. And this is why right now in VR there isn't much content. The hardware is pretty much there. It's amazing. People who try VR headsets now say, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" But there isn't really much to do yet. I had the opportunity to talk to John Carmack, who is the greatest video game programmer who has ever lived, and he's working for Oculus now, and he says that they're starving for a good 360 video camera that is convenient, easy to use, and affordable. And this is it. This is the missing link in the VR world. This is Sphericam. It's small. It's what we need today for capturing VR video. It has a global shutter. It's 60 frames a second. It's affordable. It is convenient. Besides the huge market of VR that's going to explode soon, there are other tremendous markets: teleconferencing, security, search and rescue. You can throw it in a burning building if you want. Retail, municipal, tracking of people, mapping, industrial automation, automotive, and so on. We built Sphericam 1 3 years ago. We shipped 100 of them, but it was too early. The market wasn't ready. There was no VR at the time. We've learned a lot of lessons, and now we're ready to build and ship something great. We would like to ship millions of a consumer-level product within a year or two. With additional funding, we would like to build this consumer version of the camera, build out the retail network, build a media presence, build some industry-specific applications. And if anyone would like to see this up close or to try the VR headset and see 360 video, I would be happy to show you later. Thank you very much.
Well done. Why don't we give this to the judges to pass, okay? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Who's first for questions?
I'll start with a quick one. Is there a relive experience other than wearing those ugly headsets today?
Sure. You can view it on any screen. You can view it on your iPad. You can view it by moving your iPad around you like that, or with a touch navigation similar to Google Street View.
So 1,500 is your retail price?
That's correct. This is a prosumer camera.
Prosumer, okay. And how do you think about the adoption curve for use cases? You know, you have Oculus coming out Q1 next year, Vive at the end of this year. probably for gamers who have the CP usage. Is this really for then iPad immersive experiences without the headset for a while, or?
Well, the adoption curve of these types of cameras are following the VR headsets. So the VR headsets are coming now, and from what we can see now, there is quite a large gap in the market now for creating the content. There aren't millions, there aren't tens of millions of headsets, but there are starting to be pretty widespread, and there are starting to be a lot of production companies, brands, and content creators who already want to start creating content for when that's going to happen, which will be maybe, by the end of this year, there are going to be a couple of very major releases of the VR headsets.
Okay, just another question. How does the audio capture work?
There are 4 microphones on it, and it captures directional audio.
Julian.
Is there anyone using this?
We are launching a Kickstarter in 3 weeks. So, not yet.
Who's next? Go.
And what's the innovation? Is the innovation on the hardware side, or is it on the software side?
It's mainly on the hardware side. There have been a couple other companies that have made cameras similar to this, but they have chosen a lower price point and haven't achieved the image quality that has made people want to use it and to create content that's really compelling. We're going for a higher price point so that we have people who will create enthusiastically great content and market our camera for us. Okay.
Is this something that a Gopro could eventually do, or would they be a partner for you in any way? And also, I'm curious to know if you've had conversations with governments for uses on that front.
Gopro recently made an acquisition in this space of a company that does panoramic imaging software. So they are entering the space. That is a decent market validation, I think. It could be a potential acquirer in the future or a competitor. I see them making a product for their specific vertical, though, only. We have not spoken to any types of governments yet, no.
Nadia?
Where do you manufacture?
We will be manufacturing the cameras initially in Europe. I won't be moving to China to supervise the manufacturing until we're doing some truly high-volume manufacturing.
As an add-on to the question she asked, are you determined to build your own brand, and how are you thinking about the brand side of this? Or are you not sure yet whether you're going to be your own brand or maybe go with partners?
We want to build our own brand. I would take a cue out of GoPro's playbook, not necessarily to copy them, but to learn from them and to use YouTube as a vehicle for our marketing. Initially, we do want to do only the VR market because that's where we see the first opportunity. So those people are filmmakers, documentary filmmakers, journalists, and people like that.
How much better is your camera, and how long will it stay that way?
It's currently, in terms of pure resolution, frame rate, and image quality, it's significantly better than any other purpose-built device out there. And we have a product pipeline over the next couple of years that I think we can stay significantly better at various price points.
Do you see competition ultimately, though, from the higher price points, like Jaunt and people up at that? Will that come down and take your prosumer content creator kind of out of the market? Yeah,
so there will be competition at all the price points. Jaunt, for example, is going after a very high Hollywood grade type of camera that they won't be selling, but they'll be renting. They're trying to solve stereo, which is a difficult problem I don't believe can be solved at all. But yes, there will be more competition in this space, I believe.
With your Sphericam 1, how much did you explore in industrial use cases there, and did that inform your pivot towards more of a prosumer approach?
We did have a couple of industrial customers who wanted to do things like underground pipe inspection and remote capture of places that might be hazardous or toxic to humans. But again, that market is, I believe, not the easiest one to go after initially.
Cool.
So we'll go after it maybe later.
Anyone questions? Everybody else set? Hans-Peter?
You said you did in-camera processing, right?
Yeah, initially the camera will output 6 videos which will be processed on a laptop when the camera first ships in a couple of months, but it will do on-camera stitching so that you push a button and it outputs a stitched panoramic video.
And is it Wi-Fi or?
Yeah, it'll be operated via Wi-Fi. It can be monitored and controlled via your iPhone.
And what's the battery life?
The battery life is around 90 minutes, and it can be extended by connecting a handle with the battery inside into one of the tripod holes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Round of applause, folks. We're moving right along.